How much faster is the iPhone 6s Plus than the iPhone 6 Plus? Or in other words, how much faster is the Apple A9 processor than the Apple A8 processor? The iPhone 6s Plus features the new A9 processor, which is the third generation chip with a 64-bit architecture. It's said to actually improve the overall CPU performance by up to 70% compared to the previous generation, which would be the A8 processor. It's also said to boost graphics performance by up to a staggering 90% compared to the previous generation, as it's also paired with 2GB of RAM. Now, the iPhone 6 Plus features the Apple A8 processor, which is the second-gen processor that has been officially replaced by the A9 processor. It's still built with a 64-bit architecture, it's still pretty speedy, but it is only paired with 1GB of RAM. I think the biggest difference in terms of performance, I think, will have to do with the increased RAM of the iPhone 6s Plus, more so than the processors themselves, but let's take a look at some of the numbers. Geekbench 3 gives the iPhone 6 Plus a score of around 1600 for the single-core performance and a multi-core score of around 2900. With the iPhone 6s Plus, the scores are significantly higher. Geekbench 3 gives the iPhone 6s Plus a single-core score around 2500 and a multi-core score of around 4400, making it one of the fastest smartphones in the world. For the single-core performance, it's about 1000 points faster. The multi-core performance is nearly twice as fast. Antutu is a similar benchmark that tests the GPU and the graphics performance. Now, the iPhone 6 Plus received a score of 46,130, and the iPhone 6s Plus received a score of around 58,800, give or take a little bit. There's a near 13,000 difference, which is significant. The very last benchmark I ran was 3D Mark, which specializes in testing the GPU performance. The iPhone 6 Plus received a score of around 18,000, while the iPhone 6s Plus received a score nearing 28,000. That's nearly a 10,000 point difference. So what does this all translate to in terms of real-world usage? Well, in theory, the iPhone 6s Plus should be faster. I tested this out by loading up various websites like PhoneDog.com, The Verge, TechnoBuffalo, a lot of the tech sites, and the iPhone 6s Plus was the clear winner here. I do want to note that all other background applications were closed on both devices, and each device was or is running iOS 9.1. I'm still confident that the difference wouldn't be as noticeable if each device had 1GB of RAM or if each device had 2GB of RAM. It's really the additional 1GB of RAM in the iPhone 6s Plus that really makes the huge difference. But when compared to opening up applications, the iPhone 6s Plus was also quicker. It was about twice as quick as the iPhone 6 Plus when opening an application that wasn't already running in the background. However, when opening an application that was already running in the background, the two devices performed similarly and opened each application at a very similar speed. Overall, the iPhone 6s Plus is no question a fast device, out-benchmarking many of the flagship Android smartphones on the market, as well as all of the Apple iPhone devices that came before it. Since I gave you the stats, I want you to decide whether or not you think the iPhone 6s Plus is worth upgrading to based solely off the performance. How important is it to have the fastest device in the world? Let us all know your thoughts on the matter by leaving a comment down below. As always, guys, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.